General, where we stand with it right now, we're getting very high wind gusts along the Grand Strand and driving rains there as well. It looks like we're really entering the phase in which the bad effects of a hurricane will be felt from here on out.
We're even starting to see some damage at the Myrtle Beach Pavilion, and that's where Victoria Spechko is now live, and she's joining us with more. Victoria?
Yeah, Allison, we don't have very much damage, thankfully, to report right now, but conditions continue to get worse as we stand by here. Behind me, if you can see, is the Beach World store at the corner of Ocean Boulevard and 8th Avenue North. There's a police car in front of it right now. Police had to actually enter the building just a little while ago. I believe one of the doors either flew open or flew off. We may have some broken windows over there. The awning has already fallen off. And this is just, the rain is coming at such an incredible force that you'd pretty much have to block it before it hits you. There's some debris that's flying through the air right now, but so far nothing is broken off. What we're mostly seeing are some palm fronds that are coming off some of these palm trees. And thankfully nothing is broken off of this area yet, and nothing really drifting down the beach too much. Got a little break in the action there for just a minute, not a big break, but we're trying to check in with some of the local authorities here to see how widespread this type of damage is. It can be pretty sporadic simply because as those wind gusts come up, you never know what they're going to affect, and that also means something that you wouldn't normally think would break off or fly off could possibly, with just enough wind picking up underneath it. We do hear some sirens behind us right now. It sounds like either an ambulance or a fire truck going somewhere. So emergency officials, you know, as hard as we're having it right here to stand by and bring you some of these pictures, emergency officials are also still doing their jobs. And obviously, as these conditions worsen, they may have to make some responses to some areas in these awful conditions that we're experiencing right now. We're going to stand by here for just a little while longer, and when we can find out some more about what's going on up and down the coast as far as emergency crews are concerned, we'll be sure to bring that to you just as quickly as we can.
Okay. All right, thanks, Vic. We'll be getting back to you. And just to add to what Vic said about the damage that's being done, a little earlier, about 5-10 minutes ago, we spoke to the people with the Horry County Electric Co-op. There are now a number of power outages being reported, particularly in the Wpde, Loris area. Longs area, and they anticipate more power outages as the weather intensifies. In addition, they pointed out that the weather is getting so bad that they've got to get their linemen in off the poles and into safe areas. So they're going to stand down now for a while until the weather improves. So if you lose power in the next few minutes or the next hour or so, don't expect it back until the full force of the storm has passed, because they simply can't send the workmen out in this kind of weather.
But they do assure us that they have all their work crews on standby, so they are ready to go out as soon as conditions will allow them to do so. So they will get out there and restore power to all areas just as quickly as they can.
One of the areas being hit particularly hard right now, and that will no doubt be hit harder, is the Cherry Grove area.
And that's where we find Wendi Nix, and Wendi joins us now by phone. Again, we want to tell you, due to the conditions down there, we cannot, or in the Cherry Grove area, we cannot get a live shot out because it's just not safe enough, but we can have people join us by phone, and Wendi is doing that. And Wendi, what are the conditions right now going on there?
That's right, Allison. We are here in Cherry Grove, where there is no doubt that the effects of Hurricane Bonnie have already begun to be felt. It was reported earlier that wind gusts here have been clocked in excess of 100 miles an hour. That is what we're seeing now. In fact, earlier the wind was so strong that it actually knocked me over. We're seeing a lot of wind, a lot of rain. People have done a great job in securing things up here, but we are starting to see some mailboxes and trash cans headed down the street. So things are picking up, and obviously as the storm comes inland, we do expect conditions here to get worse in Cherry Grove. They're going to feel the storm obviously a little more than those residents down south because they're so far up north. So that's where we are at this point.
Yeah, we are looking at pictures right now of Cherry Grove that were taken a little bit earlier this morning, so I don't think that's exactly giving us a good indication of where we are right now.
No, actually, we've been here over an hour, and we have seen conditions get worse just in the time that we've been here. Earlier, there were some stragglers taking pictures on the beach. Police are doing a great job. They are running everyone out, obviously concerned for everyone's well-being. So it's pretty deserted down here now. Winds and rain continue to pick up as we speak.
All right, thank you, Wendi. Be careful, and we'll be back with you shortly. Why don't we go to Ed quickly and see where things stand with Hurricane Bonnie right now, where she's going, what kind of punch she is packing at this point, Ed.
Quite a tremendous punch, I might add, that's for sure, especially on the western side. At this point in time, we have that strong band of rain moving around the eye. It's moving into Horry County right now, especially in the extreme eastern section of Horry County, up there near Cherry Grove and Little River, and of course down toward Briarcliff and Atlantic Beach. Yellows here indicating very heavy rainfall and some thunderstorms here, and because these are storms moving through, no doubt the winds are very strong, in excess of hurricane force in some areas. No question about that. We had a wind gust here at the Myrtle Beach Pavilion up to 58 miles per hour. It is raining heavily at this point in time. More rain back out toward Conway. Winds are picking up across interior sections of Horry County as well. And at times are still gusting to 25 and 35 miles per hour back across the PD as well. So no doubt it's pretty breezy back there as well, but not as bad as it is down here along the Grand Strand. The rain is pushing south and westward. Almost everyone in the rain shield now in Horry County, at least the Grand Strand. Fairly soon, if it's not raining already, in Murrells Inlet down toward Litchfield Beach and of course down toward Pawleys Island and Georgetown, it's on the way. The eye is still moving to the north, and remember the circulation here is counterclockwise, so even though the eye is moving this way, the bands are actually moving southward. They will continue to do that for the next several hours, and we will not see really any relief from this until the eye actually makes landfall and heads its way north and east, pulling this system with it. And at this point in time, that's probably a good 4 hours away, so what you're experiencing right now is pretty much what you're going to have on and off for the next 4 or 5 hours, and it could get worse in a few locations, especially if you're fairly close to the eye like the folks are up there at Cherry Grove, Little River, and North Myrtle Beach and Atlantic Beach. So again, very heavy rainfall, strong gusty winds. Rainfall totals could exceed 6 inches in some locations, very much like it did during Hurricane Fran. Wanted to quickly take a look at the satellite picture here, and this is really a massive storm. If you consider the edge here to the edge that's going all the way out across halfway in South Carolina here, we're talking a hurricane that's nearly 500 miles wide. Thank goodness for us, we're not on the northeast side of the storm. As you can see here, there's a tremendous amount of showers and storms here. There's a storm surge that has come ashore here as well, and this is the most intense part of the hurricane here, affecting the Outer Banks and southeastern sections of North Carolina. And the eye, once again, has become very visible, and there appears to be thunderstorms wrapping around this eye once again. It's over the Gulf Stream, so that's certainly possible that this could be strengthening, and it's not out of the realm of possibilities over eastern North Carolina. They could have wind gusts in excess of 120 miles per hour, which is a strong Category 3 hurricane. So as bad as it is here, you need to count your blessings and really say a prayer for the folks up there in eastern North Carolina, because they are being pummeled like you would not believe, as bad as it was during Hurricane Hugo for some of those locations and for some of those people there. I know it's bad here. Hang in there, folks. Give it about another 3 or 4 hours. It'll be a bit scary with the winds blowing like it is and with the trees wrapping around here and there, but give it about another 3 to 4 hours and things should start to calm down, especially as we head toward late afternoon. The great news of all is that this mess should be out of here by the time the sun sets tonight, so you'll be able to rest easy knowing what has happened maybe to your home or perhaps to some of the trees around your neighborhood. Things will get dramatically better later on today. All right, Gray, take it away. You've got some more coordinates for us, I presume.
Yes, I do. We are looking forward to actually new coordinates from the National Hurricane Center in about 20 minutes or so, so we will be sure to bring those to you as soon as they are made available to us. These were the coordinates as of 8 o'clock this morning. We did get an intermediate advisory that put it at 32.8 degrees north, 77.8 degrees west. At this point, it's probably about 65 to 70 miles away from Myrtle Beach, and it has made more of a northwesterly trek.